Yo, you already know. You tuned in with your boy Trail. This is Scout Studio. And right now we got a very special treat for today. You know, we got one of Greensboro's finest in the building. And I tell you, this man right here, you better catch him while he's here, because he's going to be gone in a matter of moments. Not only is he a native, he went to one of the most historic HBCUs in the land. Also is a writer, a manager. Man, I could go on and on telling you for the list that this guy does, but with no further ado, introduction, I'm gonna get to y'all today, making his debut on Scout Studio, my man B. Lloyd.
What's going on, y'all? Appreciate you for having me.
What's good, B? Pleasure's all mine, my G.
Finally good to meet you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yourself, man. Appreciate the introduction.
Yes, sir. You got it, man. Now, to let the people know exactly what you got going on and everything, I'm gonna let you go ahead and plug yourself in regards on what moves you are starting to make out here in Greensboro.
Okay, well, right now, what I'm known for is the music. Like you said, I'm a music manager. I got one artist on contract, and I work with several other. A lot of people are seeing what I'm doing out here and kind of want to gravitate towards that. I run a blog called ThriveIndie. Helps independent artists make moves on their own, and navigate the industry without having to sign a deal or nothing like that. And like he said, I'm a writer. I ghostwrite a lot of stuff. I've written articles that have appeared in Forbes. I've got books published that I've written for other people and stuff like that. And eventually I want to get into making movies, and then writing is really what I do. So that's really what I'm on. But yeah, that music is what's getting it done right now.
Sure, much respect. And not only that, you say published, books that's been published. So I don't know if y'all are catching what he's putting down right now. So if you need help with anything when it comes to writing, managing, B. Lloyd is gonna be your guy to get in contact with. So right now, the first cat that you got that you're managing, what you go into a little detail about that artist and what you got lined up with them.
Okay. Well, right now, his name is D-Stat Donnell. What's his name? Staten? Yeah.
That's how you know it's real. Street shit, niggas don't even be knowing the last name. You used to be knowing about a nickname forever.
But we've been working together for like 3 years now, but we've known each other for a while now. But yeah, like 3 years ago, a mutual friend of ours passed away who wanted to do the rap, and that kind of caused a rift. He kind of moved away, and that's when I really started to put the ThriveIndie, the bold art design brand in general together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? In memory of him. If you look at my logo, I got a halo above the A. His name is Anthony. That's what that's what that represents, you know what I'm saying?
Salute, you know what I'm saying? Respect to the fallen, much respect to that. So this is the $1 million question right here. So to separate yourself from everybody else that's out here in the game, what would you say would be your biggest thing that's gonna separate you from every other manager / writer out there to make people wanna flock to your brand?
Drive, that's it. Drive, I work harder than everybody else out here. That's what I believe, and I hold myself to that. Every day I come out here and I do something different, try and push myself to the brink, put myself on the edge, like learn something new, put myself in situations where I gotta evolve, adapt, grow. That's it. Nobody else doing nothing like that out here that I see.
Yeah.
All respect everybody's grind. All respect everybody else's grind. But that's what I feel like is the most important thing that separates me from everybody else. Everybody can know what they talk about, they can have the knowledge, but niggas ain't gonna actually put it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, go out and do it. Like, all right, you gotta hit these people up. Go out and hit these people up. That's basically it, man. That's the only thing I feel like I have over anybody else is that drive, and I feel like people are starting to notice it.
All right. Well, that's something people can't deny, man. There's a good work ethic. Somebody that's out there that you can count on to do their due diligence whenever you're managing other people's lives, because that's what it is.
Yes, sir.
People are following your dream and making sure that you got their best interests at heart. Now, how long has it been since you decided to transition into being an entrepreneur yourself in this business?
Well, in this business, like I said, probably about 3 years. Like, I wanted, when I started the ThriveIndie blog, so I started a blog before I started managing artists. Because, like I said, I was a writer, so I was doing a lot of ghostwriting gigs and stuff like that, writing for all these different people, and having my stuff published under other people's names, and they getting the notoriety and stuff for it. So I said, you know what? Let me start my blog, you know what I'm saying, get my name out there as a music blog, because I know a lot about music because I have a lot of friends that did music, so I was like, I could talk about that. There's ways that they don't know how to get their music out there, get it published, you know what I'm saying, really make their money off of it, and, you know what I'm saying, just strategy in general, so I wanted to do that, you know what I'm saying, kind of kick down the doors to the entertainment industry, and it kind of took a life of its own, kind of like how I expected, but it went a different way. It took on a life of its own, like I said. So.
Okay, so it's safe to say everything's going according to plan?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a straight line, but you know it's working out. It's you know.
True,
it's working out. It's doing what it does. Like D-Stat right now, I mean, you go to his Instagram, he got like 500, 600 followers or something like that, but he doing like 100,000 streams. You know what I'm saying? Like some like what 6,000 a week, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, basically unknown. You know what I'm saying? That's just me and him, the grind. You know what I'm saying? Just going out, getting it on playlists, getting. You know what I'm saying, doing the shows, getting the videographers, you know what I'm saying, setting the stuff up. Like me and Scouts work together. I think Scouts shot the first video he ever did. That's how I met Scouts. That was his very
salute the Scouts, man.
Yeah,
salute out to my man.
We was out there in the dark with the with the blacks. Yeah,
sketchy as hell.
Hell yeah.
Now, with that, man, what go ahead and let the people know what major other platforms that they can get D-Stack streaming on.
Everything. He on everything.
SoundCloud, Tidal, all that good stuff.
SoundCloud, Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify. That's everything. He everywhere.
That is, so y'all heard it. D-Stacks.
D-STAD, and don't forget the dash.
All right. Now, with this writing thing, you said you want to get into the movies and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Now,
that's my dream, man.
It seems like you got a lot on your plate, able to juggle, you know, between the two, because that's one of my passions too, is film, you know. So eventually I want to break into that myself. Now, with the films that you're talking about getting into, is there a particular genre of movie that you're looking to do?
I want to write everything, man. Everything? Like sci-fi, the hood classics, all that shit. I'm well versed. Like I read a lot when I was coming up. You know, that's probably something that a lot of people can't say. Like I mean, to this day I read. So I read tons of books, fiction, non-fiction, fantasy, horror, like what you call urban, political, like all that shit. So. I want to do that. My favorite genre is probably like suspense mystery type things because I love the whodunits. It might sound old school, but you know, like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? My favorite character is Batman, so like you know what I'm saying. I like that shit.
Right. I don't know. See, you said that. I was having a debate. I got a homeboy. His name was Sam Chapman. Shout out to my brother Sam.
Don't listen to him.
He's a graphic. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
But nah, he actually wrote a graphic novel. He sent me the email.
Okay.
It's ill. He's a big fan of like The Walking Dead and stuff like that. Okay. And when I seen how he did, I was like, yo, so this is some real big time work. So with the graphic, what you do in the writing, and you say you want to do like the murder mystery type joints. Now it seems like you got a good grasp on. You know, starting a solid foundation with your artists and doing the music and doing the writing. So, if you could sum up yourself in like one word to say, like, if they had to pitch yourself with one word, I know you said that you have the motivation, you have the drive to do it, but if you could sum up one word to best describe what's under your umbrella to sell to somebody, if we had a major looking at it right now, and they wanted like, what adjective could you use to describe yourself other than being driven to help them want to, you know, bring you to the forefront? What would that be?
What would the adjective be to describe myself if I wanted to sell myself to a big? Ambitious. One adjective? I just have to say ambitious. That's it. I'm not going to stop. I don't settle. That's the only thing I can think of, man. You know, I mean, I know that's real similar to like hustle, to drive, like I was saying, but I mean, for real, man, that's really the only thing to me that separates rich from poor. Like what you do with your time, where you put your energy at. If you put your energy and your time in the right places, good shit gonna happen. Yeah. And you dedicate yourself to learning. You know what I'm saying? I might not be the most attractive candidate to some things, but I've been turned down before. You know what I'm saying? I keep going. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like that's I'd have to be real with that, and like that's what it is. I'm ambitious and I'm driven. I don't think I'm particularly smarter than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm got too much. There's nothing I can do that nobody else can't learn. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta want it.
Real talk. Yeah. Erykah Badu, she said it best when she said, "The man that knows something knows that he knows nothing at all." So, and the reason why I asked is because a lot of brothers, I want to make sure, mainly us, people that look like us, when they get those opportunities, that they don't go in there and get, you know, swindled, hoodwinked, led astray, the whole nine.
You talking about that music?
Just in business and all. You know, when you lay out your business plan, you want to make sure, because you're going to be sitting across the table full of sharks.
Yes.
Just like that show Shark Tank. That's why it has that label. Right. And they're looking at you like food. They can see your dream, but they have the backing to do it, but at the same time, they're there to get rich too.
They're not only See, a lot of people have to realize, you know what I'm saying, you have a good idea, you might have a good idea and whatever it is to make whatever you want to see happen. But there's other people who've been in it 20, 30. Like I had a meeting the other day in Charlotte with this manager. He's been managing niggas for 20 years. 20 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you got to think, when you talk to somebody who's been in experience, won battles, lost battles, they looking at you and they hearing everything you're saying, but that's not fresh to them. They know they know what you're going to struggle with probably from the first couple things you say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like the only thing you could do is when you go into a situation, I mean, if you try, it depends. If you go into a situation, my thing is I try to learn from the bigger person. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't go in there and try to talk too much because they'll still the fresh idea and do what you couldn't do because you ain't know the underlying things that need to really, you know what I'm saying? Because there's always shit you won't see under the underlining that you're going to have to do. You know what I'm saying? That to really get out there. And like, they don't know that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people coming from our background, coming from like basic ground level with like, you know what I'm saying, streets, whatever the fuck you coming from, you don't have that information that they have. You know what I'm saying? That comes from experience, that comes from all that. So just go in there like with like a student mentality. Like go in there like to learn what they got to see what they sitting down with you for a reason. Find out what that is first. That's
Sure
it.
indeed. And I noticed I was watching this interview the other day with Dave Chappelle, and he said when he was young, he first started performing comedy at 14, and of course he's around older guys.
Yeah.
And he had did this joke, and the guy was like, "Hey, I like that joke. Do you mind if I take that joke and perform it for this type of crowd?" They was like, "Sure, yeah, it's a joke. Take the joke." So when they got back to the comedy club where they was performing together, the guy went on first, and he did Dave's joke. So Dave was like, "Yo, that's my joke. I want my joke back." Like, but he was just naive and looking at it like kind of piggybacking on what you said. Yeah, not to put too much of yourself out there. That's the best thing that, you know, sometimes we have to do as people is humble ourselves and know that, you know, okay, it's always business.
It's always business. You always got to keep it, you know what I'm saying? You always got to keep it there, and you just got to know where you at. You got to know if you're in the room for a shark. A lot of people think they the biggest shark, but they not. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's going to be guys, fluffy white people. You know what I'm saying? They the sharks. They know what the hell going on. And
Oh yeah, they got the keys. They got all the keys.
they got it. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to know how to move. And there's, yeah, you're right. That's it. Like, and that Chappelle example, I mean, he was a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally 14 years old. That's a grown man should be a damn shame of himself. But, you know, niggas is not going to be like, that's fucked up.
And people don't look at it. It's like when he dropped that interview, he got, you know, he got bamboozled, really.
Yeah.
When he signed that deal with Comedy Central, he signed it as an artist, which means that under this certain statute, that they could use his name and his likeness however they want to.
Just like a label.
So that's why when they put out the Chappelle Show on Netflix, he's like, "Yo, I'm not getting paid for that." But he had such a rapport with Netflix, the bigger channel, the way he was like, "Yo, that hurt my feelings because you know what they did to me." So Netflix.
Didn't they give him his own special to Netflix? They gave him his own.
But they took the Chappelle Show off.
Yeah, they did. I was wondering why they did that. I wasn't aware of
Because
that.
he asked them to, and that's some stand-up stuff. Because most businesses be like, "Man, nah, we about to get this money," but you know, he doesn't even own the rights to the Chappelle Show, which bears his name.
You know what's going on though. You know, we live in a good time though, because I'll go ahead and say this: like everything is becoming more transparent. Like back in the day, back in our mom and dad days, you know what I'm saying? They could get away with shit like that, like you know what I'm saying, swindling and stuff. But everything is so upfront now. You know what I'm saying? The companies that's going to do good are the people that let them that own their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like Netflix understands the power of the brand. We want the Chappelle, so we know people want to see that, but we fuck with Chappelle more because Chappelle made the Chappelle Show. So you know what I'm saying? We can come get a special, create some original content. Fuck the Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that we're living in a time where that's become more like artists are going to have they're going to have more control of their careers anyway. Like that's why I made ThriveIndie. I saw like as soon as music became digital, you know what I'm saying? Like it changed everything. So artists are now in a position to where, you know what I'm saying? Like we see all these scandalous people getting exposed now. They're going to jail. They're getting locked up. And you know, there might be people still sliding by, but I mean, everything's coming to the light. So we're living in a good time for the entertainment industry, I feel like.
Yeah, like they always say, man, the internet is undefeated. So if you're doing anything sideways, likely you're going to get exposed.
Even if you're doing it right, they can make it look sideways too. So.
But that's why we're trying to perform with this platform here to be like a major marketing company to help young black businessmen like yourself to be able to, you know, hit the ground running. Don't have to worry about, you know, looking over your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? It can be a company to where you know, one-stop shop. Whatever you need, we got you here with Scout Studios.
Facts.
You know, a lot of people think that, you know, the way to make it is just doing everything yourself individually, but you can't wear too many hats. You're gonna, you know, or spread yourself too thin.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's where me and A come in at here with Scout Studios. But other than that, man, we appreciate you coming in. And before we do the closing segment, just one more time, let people know your name, what you do, and how to get in contact with you.
All right, my name is Bryant Lloyd. You can follow me on Instagram at Mr. Lloyd, Mr.Lloyd BAD, or you can follow my blog page ThriveIndie at ThriveIndie. Yeah, man, that's the best way to contact me. All my information up there. So follow, and you know, hit me up if we can do some work.